Hey, E, put the beat on. Hey, Taylor, you like this joint?
Yeah, this beat hard.
Yeah, you sure you like this joint? You would tell me if you didn't, right?
Oh yeah, of course. No, this gonna go hard.
All right, cool. This my man Scotty Pimpin' joint.
Oh, okay, all right then.
Matter of fact, I got something for this.
Got something like what?
Welcome to the top shelf, where the flavor so hot, but you will not melt. About to take you on a ride like you never felt. Up and down real smooth like a carousel. Moving in our own lane, no parallel. Everybody needs sleep, it's good for your health. If you stuck like Chuck, I might have to help. Cause we talk sports, life, and everything else.
It's on a podcast.
What's cracking, good people? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers listening. We thank you for taking the time to tune in to S.L.E.E.P, the Sports, Life, and Everything Else podcast, presented by the Away Team and coming to you from the top shelf. This is season 4, episode 14. My name is Michael Roberts, a.k.a. Mike on the mic, and as usual, we've got my co-host Taylor Suber in the building.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you?
Doing all right, man. I was out in these streets on a couple nights ago, and Taylor came out. Taylor came out, man. Somebody came up on the car, and Taylor he went back to his usual self. Yep. Taylor was at the Burger King. I'll tell the core story real quick.
Okay, get into it.
Taylor was at the Burger King, you know what I mean? Taylor loves himself the double stacker, you know what I mean, and the French fries, you know what I mean? That's my guilty pleasure twice a month. And I look ahead, and the line's a little long, and I see a white woman. I think she's on that high horse. I'll just say she might be on that white horse, and she's loitering to other cars. I guess she's trying to panhandle to get them to buy her food because you can't just walk up to the glass and buy food. Yeah. So she was trying to get someone to buy her food.
Because she was without a vehicle.
Yeah. So I'm looking at her and said, please walk up on my car. But what happened was when I looked down at my phone, I thought somebody had probably said, yeah, okay, sure. So I looked down at my phone. I look up. This chick is right up on my car. Woo! Blackout Taylor came out. Before she can even get 2 words out her mouth, I said, back up. She said, oh my God. I said, I'm off duty, but I'll haul your ass in tonight. She was like, oh. And she ran across the parking lot, almost lost her flip-flops. Don't play with me, man. Don't play with me. Now, I'm not impersonating anybody, but I'm just saying, I wanted her to get away from, because that's loitering. Loitering is illegal. You can't do that in parking lots. So she ran off, you know what I mean? So a lot of black people would, yeah, sure. Not me. I'm not with that, man. Man. So she ran, you know what I mean, as she should. Yeah,
Did she really go RoboCop on this?
Listen, man, you don't
back up.
You don't walk up on nobody's window. Yeah, back up. I said I will haul your in tonight. I'm off duty. Now, technically, I was off duty. I was off from my job where I work at. So technically, I wasn't lying. And haul your in, I could be making a citizen's arrest. But I wasn't impersonating anybody. Goodness. But don't be running up on people, especially nowadays, because people are getting carjacked. You know what I mean? So don't be running up on nobody's car like that, man, that you don't know.
And people are getting laid down.
Yeah, people are getting laid down.
You might have saved that woman's life that night.
Don't do that, man. Somebody got their car robbed up in Bucks County. I was in Warrenton somewhere at a Luke Oil. You know what I mean? And they walked around and then beat the white man half to death with some flip-flops, and then 3 people got into the car and they drove off. You know what I mean? Don't be walking on people's cars like that. You know what I mean? Especially not at 11:15, 11:20 at night.
That's not. Yeah, so that's not the time for that.
That was Taylor just getting back into Taylor mode. I guess that's just what it is, man. I'm not with the funny stuff. You know, okay. You walking up on me, I'm touching. I'm not with that.
You're not playing with these people.
You can't violate my personal space. You know what I mean? That's all I have. You know what I mean? You walk up on my personal space, it's gonna be some problems. I just talked about that a couple weeks ago with the lady at the Burlington Coat Factory. Back up.
Yeah. All right, bet. Well, we've got producer E in the building.
What up?
E, what's up with you? Did you have to back anybody up this week?
I didn't back up anything, yo.
That's how you start a show, man.
I don't even know what to say because the story went so south.
It's all downhill from here.
When he came up, I was like, okay, he met a little shorty or something. Somebody was a little hungry, a little.
This was white trash, sir. I'm not.
White. I know now.
Drug addict trash. I'm not.
I know now, but
yeah,
the backup was so surprising. I mean,
and that's what I wanted her to do. I want her to back up.
They used to teach us that when I was NSF and when I was naval security. And they used to, when they gave us the nightstick, every time you swing, you have to say, get back.
Yeah, man.
Get back. But he said, boom, back up. Oh, my God.
I said it twice, and I said, hey, man, I said, I'm off duty. And as soon as she said, her eyes went like, woo, and then she ran. Ran. And usually when I go to that Burger King because in an area where it's not that much going on around us. That's why I go there. There's other ones where there's like, but that one's in a cool, cool little area. So I go there and get my stuff, but don't be panhandling. Don't be doing that. Don't be loitering. Come on, man. Get out of here, man. God. Please stop.
She was hungry, man.
Listen, man. Don't. Well, then get to the Burger King at 9:30 at 10 o'clock. It don't close till 10. Yeah, I mean, why you? But I know why, because that's when people get high around in between 7:30, 8 or 9. That's when people like to get high, and then around 10:30, 11.
Hungry.
Yeah, you start getting hungry. I've been there before, man. I know how it is. I've been in Wawa eating the donuts out the glass. You know what I mean, high as hell. You know what I mean? So I've been there before. But don't be running down on people in the drive-thru. Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
Stop it.
I've been there.
All right. Well, on that note, you can follow us on Twitter and IG at Sleep is for You. That's SLEEPIS, the number 4, YOU. Subscribe and listen to new or old episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Iheartradio, Stitcher, PodBean, TuneIn Radio, or YouTube. Like episodes, leave comments, show love, show hate. We here for it all. Big salute to all of our new followers, whether that's on Instagram or PodBean. We've had an uptick in support through our podcast host site, which is PodBean. So we thank everyone out there who shows love and support, and keep it up. Tell a friend to tell 2 friends about us.
Tell 3.
Cut up and post episodes, comment on episodes, post. And if you guys on Podbean, feel free to move over to IG as well. Damn near everybody has IG these days, so you know how that goes. But we've also been getting a big push of support internationally, from Canada to some spots in Europe, Australia, and even Africa. So thank you to everybody internationally getting up on your sleep.
Because they interested in what y'all got to say, man. They want to know about the potholes in Philly.
Yeah, man, that's love. That's love. We appreciate all y'all.
And the Burger King bimbos.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
The Burger King slores. Yeah.
Oh no.
Taylor's stories are unmatched.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
These are all true. I wish I was lying up here telling fables. No,
can't make this up, man.
Unfortunately, this is all true. I don't know why this stuff happens to me.
Taylor's just that guy, man.
Yeah. If I can remember some stories from years ago, I'll bring them up. But that was recently, less than 2-3 days ago. Please, don't play with me.
Horrible, man.
We're approaching our 75th episode next week, and we're still grinding, still working, still perfecting the show and our skills to bring you great content and memorable entertainment. And if you haven't already done so, look up sleepisforyou.com, the hub for all things sleep. We've got one top 5 for y'all this week. A pretty dope common sense based topic. Have you seen, have you heard? Big deal, no big deal. And of course, that good sports talk that makes this the top shelf. You dig? Our show time is 5:33. So let's spin. The Golden State Warriors successfully closed out the NBA Finals Thursday in Boston, ending the 21-22 season and taking home their 4th Larry O'Brien trophy in 8 years. Just 2 years removed from a 15-win season and 1 year after being eliminated in the play-in tournament, the Warriors held Boston to 90 points and led by 34 points from Finals MVP Stephen Curry, put up 103. While this is the 4th ring for Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and the 3rd for Kevon Looney, it's the 1st ring for the other 9 guys on the team. It's proof that when their core is intact and can get contributions from role players, they can still sit atop this league. So, salute to the 21-22 NBA champs, the Golden State Warriors.
Steve Kerr with 9 total rings, player and coach.
Steve got jewelry, man.
Yeah. And salute to what he said. They was trying to give him all kinds of credit. He said, "No, when you're around superstars, you'll win." Like he didn't want to, oh yeah, I'm the great coach. He said, "Nah, man, I've been around. I'm lucky to be around superstars." So
he did say he's lucky to have been with Steph for this long. And
yeah,
it was discussed that him and Andre Iguodala both said that they wanted to win this one. Specifically for Steph.
Yeah, man. Salute to Steph Curry, the fourth best player to ever play in NBA basketball. That's my guy. He's skyrocketed on my list, and I just got respect for the young man. Getting his body together. He's obviously, you can see his physique. He was a bigger guy this year, and he actually was playing a little bit of defense because a lot of people were trolling him a couple of years ago, but he was D'ing some people up in this. Not on some Gary Payton glove type stuff.
But he's competitive on the defensive.
Yeah, he's competitive on the D, and that's all he got to be.
That's something he's worked on.
Yeah,
because that wasn't always the case for him.
Yeah. But I Steph Curry is he's amazing. You know what I mean? And I won't ever you'll never hear me say anything bad about Steph. That's my guy. Like I said, the fourth best NBA player right now. You witnessing greatness. Y'all should be happy. You know what I mean?
And on that note, let me jump into let me correct myself, because Steph Curry is definitely in the top 10 as of now after winning this ring. And in my opinion, if he wins one more, he'll be the best point guard who's ever played.
He's already the best. He's already the best in my list. I mean, he don't have nothing else to prove to me.
But listen, there's not a box in the NBA other than an all defensive team that Steph Curry has not checked off.
Yeah,
MVP, scoring titles, Finals MVP,
yes,
3-point contest champion twice,
all that.
8, 9, 10 times All-Star.
Yeah.
All kind of NBA first team selections.
Does he have a scoring title?
Gold. Yeah, he has 2 scoring titles.
Come on, man.
Gold medals.
Man, the man.
Revolutionized the game.
The threes he's hitting right now, because now he's probably in the last 3 or 4 years he's going to be a jump shooter. You're not going to be able to pass them threes no time soon. The way he hits threes, so
no, sir. The record he sets might not ever be touched.
It might not be tossed. I mean, Ray Allen said it when he was like 38 or 39. This man said it when he was 33. So give him 3, 4, 5 more years, or I'll just say 4 years. You know what I mean? He's the best to me, man. He's the best point guard in my eyes. So the things he does, I'm amazed at what he does. You know
what he does on the court, we might never see again, and he might just take this era, if he hasn't already taken it, from your man LeBron.
Oh, you can't. Like I said, you can't mention Steph without LeBron. So that's why LeBron will never be the best nowhere in my list, because somebody else in his list, you know what I mean? Somebody else in his era was doo-doo on him and got as much rings as him in lesser time. You know what I mean? That's why he's number 4 in my list.
What say you to the KD chatter?
KD's got to I don't know, he's got to win with the people he got right now. He's got to, man. He's always going to be in that top 20-25, you know what I mean? But he's got to get it in, man. He's got some work to do.
He's got years left in the tank playing at a high level, so I don't see why he doesn't have a shot to get back.
Yeah, maybe, but he's got to win some, couple of joints back to back. You know what I mean? I don't think he needs an MVP. He's got the MVP. He's got 2 Finals MVP. He's got plenty of the All Stars and all that stuff. So he's solidified with all that. Now I know he's won at least, I want to say 2 or 3 scoring titles, if not 2. You know what I mean? So KD,
I think 2.
Yeah, so he's fine. You know what I mean? But he's got to get maybe 2 or 3 more rings, then maybe he can get in the top 10. But I don't think he'll be anywhere near Steph.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to touch Steph.
The thing to me that matters to me is you stayed on that same team the whole time he was there. You know what I mean? That's because that means that team was at one point trash at one time, and then you had to bring them up from the depths of hell, from the depths of the abyss.
When he first got there, the team was trash.
The team was horrible. You know what I mean? So
nobody wanted to be in Golden State when he first got there.
When MJ got to Chicago, you heard what he said. People was on that team drinking. He said he was drinking or something like that. They didn't take it seriously. You know what I mean? All. So when you get on a team and then you change the team, and
it was on that powder too.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was on that powder. All that stuff.
Having parties with the powder.
You know what I mean? So you get to a team that's horrible because you're a top draft pick and you bring them up, and within 5 or 6 years you're in the playoffs, and then you have championship. That's when you're considered the best to me. You know what I mean? You can't be flipping from this team to that team. That to me, don't get me wrong. If I was an NBA player, I would flip team. If I was on the team and I was getting tired, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But
you change the scenery.
I would just know that in my mind I was like, yeah, man, I can't be considered the best because I did leave, but hey, I got 2 championships. But I consider him one of the best. Nobody was checking for Golden State, 10 years ago after Steven Jackson and Byron Davis and all them
after the
cats
Believe
left.
team with them.
You know what I mean? When they had that, because remember that was that one little run. After that, they went to the playoffs and that one time, but before that they didn't go, and after that they didn't win. So it wasn't like they were going to the playoffs.
They got broken up and they went back downhill.
They went back down to the toilet.
Monte Ellis.
Yeah, David Lee.
Yeah.
All kinds of trash was going through Golden State. What's the tall? They had a tall white boy with it was something like that.
You talking about Bogut?
Not Bogut. They had another guy. He was supposed to be like the next. He's supposed to be like Dirk. They took him like number 2 overall. He was terrible. Yeah, be it something like that. It's some European guy. I'll look it up later. But they went through all that, and now they in the clouds right now, man. No, and I don't mind them talking trash. You know what I mean? Because people was hating on them, whether it be on ESPN or Fox. They was like, "Oh, this team is washed. They never get back," and they went back.
Memphis.
Yeah. Memphis. Y'all need to relax. Y'all haven't done nothing yet, man. Y'all need to relax, man. I mean, get some Eastern or Western Conference playoff scruff on your chin. Y'all still wet behind the ears. You know what I mean? Steph, you know what I mean? The Golden State Warriors, they not new to this. They true to this, man. They've been doing this, man. They've been doing this for 7-8 years, man.
I love that. They ain't new to this. They true to this.
Had your boy LeBron scrambling. I got to get this person. I got to get that person. Nah, man, we still here, brother. We still got the same. Yeah, we got KD because you was trying to max up on us and try. So we'll do the super team, but we'll do it up above you.
They do this. Out playing with them,
and now they back, and this team is actually worse than this team is actually not as good as the 3 previous teams that they won with.
Steve Kerr was quoted as saying this is probably the least talented team he's won a championship with.
They don't have a
center. He said it in different words.
They don't have a center. The tallest person was 6'9". That was Looney. And how you say my man name? Biamiji?
There's no M or G in his name. It's Bielitsa.
Well, I know some of the words that like he has a J. There's no you can't pronounce the J. You know what I mean? Some of them names they're silent.
That's silent. Yeah.
But he's 6'9".
Okay.
Kevon Looney's 6'9". So that's it. You know what I mean? And everyone else is about 6'7", 6'8", and then you got a bunch of guards. You know what I mean? Gary Payton Jr. and all those other cats Jordan Poole, yeah, and all those guys are around, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". So they just out there. They basically, when they put the shots up, they got to make it. When they go to the free throw line, they're one of the best free throw shooting league teams in this era. You know what I mean?
It's been said for years you can't win a championship being a 3-point shooting team, and they've done that.
They've done that
multiple times,
3-4 times, and they can dominate you on the inside too.
Yeah.
They can. Steph can get in that paint and make some noise. So I respect what they do.
Absolutely.
I've seen Klay Thompson jam on people.
A couple seasons back, definitely.
Yeah. So when you're at this age right now, you know what the playoffs can tell of. So they're playoff tested. They know what to do after the game, before the game, and stuff like that. They've gone this far. You're playing close to not everyone's playing close to over 80 some odd games, but some of these guys are playing close to 80 like Andrew Wiggins didn't miss no games this year.
Yeah.
Salute to Andrew Wiggins. He had a COVID problem. See what he did? He sacrificed for his team, and look what happened. Look what happened with Andrew Wiggins. He didn't want to take the vaccine when it first happened, but he looked at the big picture and said, you know what? I got to be there for my team. He took the vaccine because at one point he said he was going to. Look where he's at right now. He's about to get paid.
Yeah, got that ring in his life.
Got that ring in his life. Went to the All-Star game. He's going to get himself a Tobias Harris type deal.
Yeah,
but at least he's going to deserve it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he actually balled out this year. He put the clamps on Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum couldn't do nothing, man.
Not at all.
Turned the ball over in the sixth quarter. The fourth quarter, Jason Tatum was looking crazy.
Jason Tatum
not look stuck.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum set a record with either 100 or over 100 turnovers within the course of I think the playoffs or the finals. It's one or the other. But that's you're not gonna win like that, my brother.
Yeah. He just looked like he got into a fight with a dude that he had no idea could hit that hard.
And my homie had a comment about them. He said, "Can none of them really handle the ball like that? Like they need a point guard who can handle the ball."
He was trying to be the point forward, but that's kind of what he was trying to do this year. But he hadn't. You can kind of tell he didn't work on that this year. He kind of picked it up as the year went on. He's got to, get into the gym and know how to bring that ball up and stuff. 'Cause that's what happened to Kawhi Leonard. He never done it before, but then a couple years ago, he started doing it for
Toronto.
Not Toronto, but
San Antonio?
the team that he's on right now.
Oh, the Clippers.
Clippers, yeah. So, and then that year, he came up and he was assisting the ball more and stuff like that. So you just can't start doing it in the middle of the season. You have to start doing that now. Bringing up the ball is not, Mikey knows he played basketball. That's an art. You got to space the floor. You got to see everyone. You got to see stuff before it happens. And then you got to run and get to your spot and then get to another spot.
You also got to be able to react. You got to be able to protect the ball. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to handle it and not dribble it off your knees and your ankles.
The ball got to be over your head most of the time so people can't pluck it out. You got to know where everyone's at and stuff like that. We've seen a lot of time people have the ball, down low and a guard will come and pluck them and then they got a free run to the basket. So he's got to learn all that. So, and I'm pretty sure he can. Marcus Smart is quote unquote a point guard, but that's not really like his strong point.
Yeah, he needs to work on his handle.
Yeah, he needs to work on his handle too. But if Jason Tatum wants to be that point forward type of guy, that's something he's going to start
and
like
Brown
tonight.
too. He's more of like a catch and shoot,
or
make a quick move around you.
Yeah.
But he's not a ball handler per se. So the turnovers, those really kill Boston.
Golden State exploited their weakness. I think they finally looked at it maybe after game 1, game 2. I said, all we got to do is just when he gets that ball, we're gonna just do that max press, that half court press as soon as he gets the ball because he's not used to handling the ball. And they're not going to put like Pritchard or Devin, even Devin White, who's he's kind of like a point guard, but that's not like his strong point too. So they just got, like you said, they might have to get like a ball handler or just have Jason Tatum in the gym, bringing the ball up back and forth to court. You know what I mean? Remember, the drill when you turn to this side, turn to that side. I remember when I was trying to play basketball, I was trash, but they would have you dribble the ball up to the left, and they were timing you and stuff like that too. So he's got to get that done.
And you had to cut off the guy so you could turn him, so he had to dribble the other way.
Yep.
And then you had to catch up to him again. Yeah,
exactly.
I used to hate that drill.
Yeah, he's got to get in the gym with Udoka and get that drill going if he wants to be a quote unquote point forward, because he's always been a scorer. He's always been, and I think this time last year he was kind of playing power forward. You know what I mean? So they got to get him down to where he's a quote unquote ball handler. He never had to do it in the past couple of years with Kyrie Irving and Kemba Walker and those guys. So.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got to expand his game. But he's only 24, 25. He'll get it down. His mama looked good. Lord have mercy. I saw her. Yeah.
All right.
That was just random. I just came across my mom.
Scheming.
Lord have mercy. But he's married. I mean, she's married. You know what I mean? I saw he gave a shout out to his father. You know what I mean? Salute to all the fathers in the building. Dell. Gary Payton. Yeah, I mean, all the fathers there. Yeah, I mean, right before. So I like seeing all the. Salute to Dell Curry. He didn't care nothing about Sonya being. He said, "Man, this is my son. We gonna take pictures together. We gonna smile, but this is my son."
They did take a picture.
Yeah, they did
all
take
three
a picture.
of them.
Yeah, exactly. She stayed on her side. He was on his side. He said, "Hey, man, listen, man." And then after that, we gonna do what we got to do. So salute to everybody being grown, everything like that.
Everybody being cordial and respectful.
Yeah, I mean,
at least for the most part, wasn't nobody swinging on nobody. Nobody getting their hair grabbed.
Nobody brought their significant other. So I'm glad when you said what you said was it last week. They didn't bring the significant other. They were Dell would look like he was there dolo, and I think Sonya was there with his sister and they got the little boy that she got with Lee, David Lee. Is it Derek Lee or she's married to him? Steph's sister.
Okay, solid goal.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up Tobias Harris a little while ago, and we did hear some chatter.
Yeah.
In the past couple of days, maybe a week or so, about certain guys being shopped just to kind of gauge their value going into the draft this Thursday, such as Tobias Harris, Matisse Thybulle. And a couple other names were mentioned as well.
Shape.
Okay, Shape was Milton
Shape
too.
was in there. Forcon. Everybody, I mean, I like Shape. I don't want to see. I would like to see him stay, but everybody else they had on that list.
We didn't went from the penthouse to the porta potty. We got to talk about the Sixers. Well, listen, anybody on that team can get traded. I'm sorry. Anybody can get traded. Anybody that's movable that anybody wants. We've seen Korkmaz. He can't play. Shake Milton. He's hit or miss. Who else is on that bench that's been here for a while? Who else? Anybody else on that team?
Thybulle.
Thybulle, he might have to go. Yeah, I mean, I know y'all like the defense, but he gives you zero offense. You know
zero.
What I mean? So
it's like having two Ben Simmons on the floor.
I don't know what's going on with Isaiah Joe. I don't know if he can play or can he play. He's not getting no chance. I don't know. I think Paul Reed has done enough to at least get a look next year, and I think Niang signed the deal last year, so he'll probably be back. So And of course, James Harden is probably going to opt in. I mean, I would hope that he would opt in because that would save the Sixers. You know what I mean, a little bit of just headaches. Just saying, we know you're going to be here, and then we'll extend you on top of that 40 some odd million, and maybe give you like a 3-year deal.
Harden's gotten big deals in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's still fishing for that first big deal.
He first for plenty of money, so hopefully. I heard it, but I didn't hear from his side. I heard it from the Sixers side. I don't know what he's saying, but they said he's going to sign the 47. I think it's 47 the option, and then they're going to add on probably like $100 million for like 2 years, or maybe over $100 million, something like that. So I hope and then you end up saving in the long run. Then they'll try to trade Tobias Harris, but I don't know who's going to take Tobias Harris. I don't know. I mean, you just can't. Everybody keeps saying Washington for Bradley Beal, and I heard he made his decision yesterday. I read a story. He made a decision. He just don't, but he's not telling anybody yet. But I don't know. I don't know where Tobias Harris fits into where you're trading him and you're getting back something that's valuable. I don't know.
Well, somebody around the NBA will get duped.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Somebody
we see people
get
duped. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I mean, maybe you got to look at Utah because you see they might be trying to do something out there with Mitchell and what's the other guy's name? Gobert. Yeah, I mean, and even,
was that you I was talking to?
And even Conley.
And we were saying something about the Sixers need a guy like Shai Gilgeous-From Oklahoma.
Yeah. Or even him. I don't know what OKC is because they signed him to a big deal a couple of years ago. No, we weren't talking about that, but that's actually not a bad idea.
That must have been my other homie. But, we had a discussion about who we felt like would fit because we were talking about a Tobias trade.
Yeah.
And he was like a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Oklahoma.
Shai would work out.
And you know Oklahoma is always taking picks.
Yeah, they're taking picks.
And the Sixers got some picks.
Yeah. I mean, and they'll take back salary too because they took Al Horford's salary,
Al Horford.
And they took Kemba Walker's salary. Just paid them to go away. Well, I think they actually traded Al Horford.
Al Horford to Boston.
But so they'll take your salary because they're not paying anybody. So you want to just go down there and just throw a cesspool of money down there to you, and then they give you back something. But I don't. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they want to. I mean, Shai Alexander, he's young. You know what I mean, but it would have to be his call. He would have to say, I don't want to be here no more. I do want to play for a team, because I don't feel like waiting 3, 4, 5 years. What you're gonna start drafting people's sons? You're gonna draft LeBron James Jr. What are y'all doing? I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys are just hoarding picks, which is cool. That's cool what y'all doing. But he would have to say, I want to go someplace and win.
Yeah, I understand.
And he's on a deal. They signed him to like a 5-year, over $100 million deal, maybe 2 years ago. So the money would match up with Tobias. It would.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we got the draft coming up on Thursday. So, we'll see what happens with that. But that does close out the 21-22 season. We are stepping into the offseason Thursday, and then we got free agency starting next month in July in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, it happens pretty fast.
Yeah.
The draft, the tampering, and then free agency, and then we go. They don't waste no time.
And then it'll be a long summer stretch until we get back to it in October.
Yeah, and then they get their full off season this year. So everyone should be, hopefully all these players that didn't play, they should be more than willing to play in October whenever they start. You know what I mean? Y'all got your off season back now. Last year was cut short, and the other year you had the COVID. So this year you got your full off season this year. So
yes, sir. But wasn't that you that was talking about them possibly shortening the season or something like that?
Yeah, they was talking about bringing it down from 82 to 68. I mean, why are we shortening that? I don't even think the owners would even agree on that because you're gonna have to make up. Owners ain't taking back no money. No money. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to add. So you're gonna have to expand the playoffs or something like that. You're gonna have to replace those 10, 12 games y'all getting rid of with some playoffs or something like that because we're not just decreasing the season because y'all don't. They've been playing 82 games for at least I want to say over 25 years
since the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe since the 80s. You know what I mean? So. And then now all of a sudden you don't want to. Nah, man. Well, maybe they should think about expanding the rosters because it's like 50. Is it 12 or 15? 12?
I think it's 12.
15.
12-man rosters.
Yeah, maybe they should do 15-man rosters or something like that. I don't know. Maybe get more people on the team. I don't know. Maybe expand the draft. You know what I mean? So you can have more players on the team. You know what I mean? But we're not doing the 82. We're not doing that.
And they're kicking around the idea of this mid-season tournament, right?
Yeah. I think they either are doing that or they're going to vote on it. I don't know what that means. I'm really going to have to read into that. I don't know what that means to me.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to make some I mean, just some minor tweaks or something like that. Because yeah, the game is different, but I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to see them just minus the season. Because then I think you might lose some fans. This finals, me and Mike talking about before the finals. Even though this was the highest in 3 years, that's because the last 2 years were terrible. You know what I mean? So I think they got to do something to
talking about ratings.
Yeah, the ratings wise. Yeah, they got to do something to get these people more engaged. So
all right. Well, I feel like we done spent more than enough time yapping about the NBA.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get out of that and slide over into Have You Seen, Have You Heard? So Taylor has a couple he wants to share with y'all this week. What's going on, T?
Yeah, let me see what we got here, man. Well, every week there's always something going on, and I try to take notes and try to see what my point of view is. So I mean, we'll just dive into some of these stories. I had a bunch of them, but I narrowed it down. All right, so this was from last week, but it kind of bled into this week. Have you heard about the golf tournament in Saudi Arabia, the LIV tournament?
I think I saw something about that briefly on Yahoo, but I didn't really look into it.
Yeah. So they offered Phil Mickelson some money. He went there. And I think Dustin Johnson, who I think is married to one of Wayne Gretzky's daughters, he's a really big time player. He went over there too. So basically, they're trying to compete with the PGA. You know what I mean? This is just a separate golf league in Saudi Arabia. And I think the government is involved with this league. So that's where they get all this money from.
Okay.
And supposedly they offered Tiger Woods $90 million, and Tiger turned it down.
They offered
wow.
They offered Tiger Woods a lot of money a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I used to visit Dubai in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And I think in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, they weren't really building it, but they was really building it in the early 2000s. And I remember when they got that golf course done. And they tried to get him to come in, but for some reason he won't go.
Yeah.
I was trying to catch a tiger by his toe. Yeah. And listen, that's a big bag to cut.
Tiger's worth a lot of money right now. I don't know if he's worth
but
that.
That's a big bag to turn down, though, right?
Yeah.
$90 million?
It is a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're going to give him. Are they going to give him $900 million off the rip, or are they going to break it down?
$900 million.
$900 million, sir. Not 90, $900 million. Yeah, I mean, $900 million. And I'm guessing this, so they're going to break it down, give him 200. But he said no. Yeah, I mean, but Phil Mickelson left. Now they suspended some of the golfers that did go over to the tournament, but some of those golfers were trash. You know what I mean? But Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson are guys that actually won in that tournament, won in the PGA over the last 2 or 3 years. So those are big time guys. So I think the PGA is a little bit, skeptical. I don't think they should be scared, but because you never know. You never know. What if somebody with some big bank just starts their own league? What are you gonna do? Would that happen with the NFL? I know they got non-compete clause and stuff like that, but if somebody got some big money, say, hey man, we want you to come over here.
Yeah.
And because remember, was it the the league back in the day in the 80s when Steve Young and Reggie White, they went on? Was that the AFL or something like that? They grabbed some players out of the draft because they were paying them off the rip, but then it folded pretty early. You know what I mean? But I think, like I said, a lot of these leagues, they have non-dispute clauses, so you can't really just start your own league and stuff like that unless you're sanctioned or something like that. Some type of getting involved with lawyers and all that stuff.
If you got the money, you got the sponsorship dollars, and you got the media behind you. I just saw maybe last month that the XFL is going to be coming back, and they have a deal with ABC and ESPN to air all their games. Yeah.
The Rock. That's why the Rock slowed it down. He didn't just want to throw it out there. He wanted to build it up, get some good players and stuff like that, and then like you said, get a TV deal. And the Rock's got plenty of money. He's like a producer on all his movies, and I'm pretty sure he got his own. So he's got the money to do it. So I'm going to be interested in that too. You know what I mean? Because the one that they got right now is the USFL, whatever it is. That's trash. You know what I mean?
And they got that fan control league that T.O. plays in.
Yeah, that's trash too.
Well, T.O.'s playing. So.
I don't give a damn about T.O. It's trash.
No, I'm saying, what do you expect? T.O.'s 45, ain't he?
Yeah, come on, man, get out of here, man. Nobody. I mean, that's like some flag football type stuff. It's the worst of the worst. All right, all right. We're gonna get to. So we'll get to everyone is calling him Sleepy Joe. I respect the president. President Joe Biden fell off a bike in Rehoboth Beach. Did you see it?
Yeah, that was ugly. My man was riding the bike. He tried to slow down and stop.
He stopped, and then
he put the left foot down, but the right foot ain't make it, and he went down.
He looked like a vegetable out of Pappy's mouth. That was horrible.
Salute to Cat Williams. I just saw a special. He called him Sleepy Joe. We replaced him a crazy president with Weekends at Bernie's. I said, oh Lord have mercy.
Weekend at Bernie's.
I said, damn, Cat Williams going in like that. Damn, man.
They say he's a 97. Yeah. Like every statement, he went up 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. He went 94, 99, 103. Yeah, he just don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, I love America. This is where I was born at. I don't know nothing else. But if I was one of these other ops out in someplace else, this would be the prime time to attack. I'm sorry. I mean, you got an old president. He don't look. He's just old. You know what I mean? He's old, man.
That's one thing that I haven't gotten about America for the past few presidents. I guess you could say excluding Obama because he wasn't that old when he got in.
Yeah.
But what's up with these old presidents, man? Aren't you supposed to have a president who just appears, you know what I'm saying, strong? For your country to appear strong, like a younger guy, maybe in his 30s or 40s.
It's all about the look, man. I don't care. I don't care.
That's a bad look.
I don't care what y'all say about what y'all say. Putin. They say they plugging him up with some type. You can't even get Putin's records of like health. Like he won't even let it because he don't want nobody to drug him and try to kill him. So whatever he's doing, the walking around stuff like that, because I think he's got to be in his late 60s. Yeah, I mean, he looks like a strong man. You know what I mean? Joe Biden, he looks crazy. Didn't he fall up the steps last year? How you fall up the steps? Going up Air Force One.
Ask Meek. Didn't Meek fall up the steps?
Yeah, but that was like 2 or 3 steps. You know what I mean? He fell up you could see the step. And I think Meek Mill fell up and it was snowing outside. I'll give Meek the benefit of the doubt.
He slipped down.
Yes.
He slipped then when it was snowing and it was ice.
I thought he was walking out of his mother's house. He wasn't walking up. He was walking out. He busted his ass and walking out. This man's walking up and you can see the steps and he fell. We got a president that can't even stand on his own 2 feet, man.
He can't navigate the steps. He can't navigate a bike. Now, don't get me wrong. I have fallen on my bike like that before when I was younger.
Yeah,
but
man.
You grown, man. You got to do better.
If his dentures would have popped out,
yeah, man,
upon impact on the ground, they should have made him resign then and there.
They're doing too much young stuff with him. Like they needed him to be doing stuff like old type of stuff.
Yeah,
like he need to be like in a nursing home pushing a wheelchair. He can handle that. Like they need to scale back all that. He can't do that.
It.
Like
it's all for the show, trying to show the strong. He just looks like
get some shots of him at the bingo tournament.
Yeah, something like that, man. Or at
the miniature golf course,
or in a casino. You know what I mean? Dealing out cards. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. When Obama was getting in, he was playing basketball and all that stuff. That was cool. You know what I mean? But this man is older, so you got to put him in some places where he looks like, oh, okay, all right. He looks crazy right now.
You got to make it make sense. Like have him go on like I don't know.
I don't know. Have him host what's that joint called? The Price is Right. That's an old people show. Like you just gotta stuff in his area he can handle. That riding a bike, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people that don't ride bikes for 10, 20 years. They get on the bike and they could be in their late 30s, early 40s and they might bust their you know what I mean? So somebody in their late 70s on a bicycle with a helmet, he looked crazy, man. As soon as I saw the video, I didn't even see the cap at the bottom. I see he about to fall.
I think they had him padded up though.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like when I saw the clip on Instagram, I was like, he about to fall. Like I didn't even scroll down and see the cap at the bottom. And as soon as he stopped, and then at the bottom it said, "Watch Joe Biden go down" or something like that. I didn't even. As soon as I saw him, he about to fall. I knew it. I didn't know what was going on, and then it went viral for like all day yesterday. So sad. In Rehoboth, I love Rehoboth. I've been in Rehoboth as a kid back in the day, man.
Beautiful. I was there maybe like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, man. Rehoboth is a true. Taylor was down there back in the day when there's like 2 outlets down there. Now it's like 1,000 of them down there, man. Yeah, man. So I just want to see
the people around him gotta have him do better.
They gotta have him doing like stuff that he can handle and stuff like that, like sitting in chair. Well, maybe he can't even do that. I don't know. Just like regular stuff, man, where he don't have to. Like
posing for portraits.
Yeah, I mean, just posing. Yeah, I mean, they got to get him on a different type of a vibe. That's all I'm saying. I don't like all that they got him. He's always embarrassing himself, man.
All right, bet.
And my last one, I had a bunch of them, but this is going to be my last one because this is going to be a little bit drawn out. But I'm going to try to paint the picture of Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith have a little bit of a riff right now. Man. Have you heard and seen that?
I heard they got a little kerfuffle going on.
Yeah, little kerfuffle, little quagmire,
little ruffling of the feathers, little beef.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to sound this out and try to piece this out together because it's long, but I'm gonna try to piece it out. Stephen A. Smith goes on JJ Reddit's podcast and says says that basically that before he got to First Take, they weren't doing so well. So when he brought them up, so as soon as he got on the after month, we went to number one. So you know what I mean. So Skip Bayless took it as like, oh, okay, all right. So basically, you saying you came in and saved my job. You know what I mean? Which is such is not the case. Because,
being a little emotional.
Yeah, because, well, he was a little emotional, but I'm going to try to drag this out because I'm going to play on both sides. When Stephen A. Smith came to First Take, this is back in 2012, they had went through a thing with Jay Crawford and Woody Page. These cats was up in the dressing room, you know what I mean, with women asking them for lap dances. So they had to so they got rid of them. And so there was a lot of stuff going on in ESPN before Stephen A. Smith got there. And then we have, who else? We got another guy named Steve. Remember Sean Salisbury? He used to be on ESPN with the NFL.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was sending, I'll just say, tool pictures to another woman, you know. Then you had another man.
Them explicit pics.
Yeah, explicit pics. You know what I mean? Then you had Steve Phillips, who had an affair with a 22-year-old woman that worked there. He's married. So they had some
going down at ESPN back in the day.
And then my man baseball Harold Reynolds, he was caught with sexual harassment. So they were getting people
Harold
out
Reynolds,
of there.
that's the boy.
Yeah, he got up out of there.
That's the black boy from Baseball Tonight.
Yeah. And remember, ESPN is owned by Disney. So a lot of this stuff was coming out. And mind you, this is like the late 2000s, early 2010s. So a lot of this stuff is coming out. It's making ESPN look bad. So they had to get them up out of there. So anytime a company has, I'll just say, quote unquote, white people acting crazy, they have to have diversity and minority hires. So that's where Stephen A. Smith had got let go maybe in like 2004 or 5 or something like that. And I think he started doing radio with, what's the boy from Philly, the Italian boy, Mike Missinelli. They were up in New York, you know what I mean? So then Stephen A. Smith left and went to ESPN. I think Mike Missinelli came back to Philly. So Stephen A. Smith was like in the cold. He wasn't really doing nothing. Remember, he had his own show, and in some kind of way he got let go. So they brung him back, you know what I mean? Said, we got to bring this guy back. He was actually pretty good. And that's how he came back. Him and Skip had a rapport back in the early 2000s. They had something called Old School, New School. You can look that up. So they had a rapport, and the debate shows are starting to take off right now. You know what I mean? So once
talking about back then,
back then. You know what I mean? So they wanted to do a debate show, and what would be better than seeing Stephen A. Smith, who does have a mouthpiece, and Skip Bayless, who has his opinion, and even I don't think is a good opinion, he's entertaining people watch him. So that's what happened. And when you say number one, back in those days there were no debate shows. So you're number one against who? I mean, so when you say we went to number one, who you weren't competing against anybody. The only person you were competing against was Sports. Remember, FS1 was around, but they weren't doing what they're doing now. They didn't start doing what they're doing now until maybe 2005, 2006.
Maybe he's talking about number one for that time slot.
Yeah, but who are you going against? That's what I'm saying. Like you're not going against anybody. Yeah. Other shows that no one even talks about. You know what I mean? So when you say number one, you know what I mean, you gotta. It's kind of like saying, oh, we're the number one hip hop R&B station in Omaha, Nebraska. Well, there's no other station. So of course you're number one. You should be number one. So that's all I'm saying. Like I think that's where Skip Bayless kind of rubbed in. He wasn't mad, but he was just basically saying what it was. I'm not defending either or and stuff like that. And he's right. When Stephen A. Smith got on that show, it did get better. I will give him that. So I'm just kind of taking both sides. I'm not saying Stephen A. Smith was wrong and Stip was right and Skip was wrong. I'm just saying, like, you got to kind of tell the whole story. You know what I mean? ESPN was kind of going, and now what you see right now, you see all types of women on there. You got Molly, you got Cassie, was it Cassie Hubbard or whatever her name?
Cassie Hubbard.
Yeah,
yep.
the two.
Monica McNutt.
Yeah, McNutt. And
you got
the two
Malika Andrews on there.
Malika and her sister on there. So you have, you know what I mean, you don't see the old boys club no more. You got Kendra Perkins with it. So they did have to they had to get rid of a lot of, trash, because they was up in there doing all that crazy stuff and had to bring in some women and stuff like that. So that's kind of like what happened with the ESPN. But Stephen A. Smith made it seem like, I just walked in a building and I was number one. Like, nah, it didn't really happen like that. ESPN was going through some stuff, and they brought you back in, and I'm pretty sure you did what you did. But don't. You know what I mean? I just thought that was weird for Stephen Smith to even put that out on the table like that. You know what I mean? I like when people are humble, like, yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean? But when you start doing, I'm number one as soon as I got there, I was like, I mean, come on, man. That's not that they hired you when, you know what I mean, they kind of needed you. And he deserves his little $18 million he gets a year. Is it 18 or 15? $15 million a year.
Did you just say little $18 million?
Yeah, he getting his $15 million. Yeah, but remember, this man was writing papers, you know what I mean, in Philly, downtown.
No, I know. He was working for the Inquirer.
You know what I mean? So for you to go from that to making close to $20 million a year from ESPN, that's pretty good. You know what I mean?
That's a come up, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's all I was saying. I just wanted to drag that out a little bit. That's why ESPN went through what they went through. All this stuff is not alleged. Those cats behind the scenes was on that crazy stuff.
All right.
Remember, it was Cold Pizza. Then it went to First Take. You know what
I remember Cold Pizza.
Yeah. So, but I just want to, just drag that out. Tell both sides of the story. People don't know the whole back end of what happened back in the day. Why Stephen A. Smith left and then came back and where he's at right now. So.
All right. Well, I have a quick have you seen, have you heard that I just want to get in here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to drag it out, but it's a little lighthearted. Well, not even lighthearted because it involves death, man. A cartel monkey was killed in a shootout.
A cartel monkey?
Have y'all heard about this? A cartel monkey.
You mean an actual monkey, not a person that I call a monkey?
No, an actual monkey.
Chimpanzee.
Like from like the monkey from Hangover?
Yes.
That was hanging with them all the time?
Oh, like a little, okay.
Yeah, it was a monkey like that, like a little guy.
Okay.
He had on a little bulletproof vest and a little camo hoodie.
Yeah.
And there was a shootout between La Familia.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to butcher this, but Mexicana.
Yeah.
And members of Mexican government and military.
Okay.
And 11 men from the cartel ended up being killed. And the monkey ended up found stretched out too. Mm-hmm. And that's.
Hey, man.
Come on.
I saw that in my news feed earlier.
Not curious, George.
Picture of the monkey.
He look like he's thugged out. He looks like he's on that.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. He got a 22 on him.
Wait a second.
He look.
Yeah,
I got it right here.
He looks armed and dangerous.
He has the little bulletproof vest on. My fault. Yeah, he has the little bulletproof vest on.
Yeah.
He got the camo hoodie on. He looked like he might have had a little burner in his hand or some little
horrible,
dynamite
man.
or something like that.
Yeah. Listen, man, he can get laid down too. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I wonder if WWF going to step in and stop the cartel wars now that some of their own are getting murked out there. This is horrible.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But all right, we're gonna get out of have you seen, have you heard, and move over into big deal, no big deal. So Taylor, I'm gonna try to go through this a little quickly because we're getting a little late on, a little long on time.
I mean, we fine.
And I
Let's
don't,
go.
I'm saying I want to draw it out too long. But number one,
Yeah.
it was announced last week that Kenny Atkinson would be the next coach of the Charlotte Hornets.
Yep.
He's currently with the Golden State Warriors working as an assistant.
Yep.
But he was formerly a head coach of the Brooklyn Nets once upon a time. Mm-hmm. So, boom, he's going to Charlotte working with Michael Jordan.
So we thought.
Comes out this week. No. He backpedals and says he's going to stay with the Warriors and stay an assistant.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Big deal or no big deal?
That's no deal, yeah. That means maybe a better team might be on the table, or maybe he want to maybe he knows something from Steve. Was it Steve Kerr or something like that? So I think it's cool. Yeah,
He's trying to go back to back.
Yeah, exactly.
He's trying
Yeah.
to get 2 rings.
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe he sees next year a couple of better jobs next year. There's nothing wrong with going back. We saw the white man do it. What's his name? Josh McDaniel. He done it at least twice.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Okay,
You don't
I
have to
agree.
jump at the first job.
That's no
you get.
big deal.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah.
All right, so number 2, it was also reported the Eagles not only made some changes to their logo, they also signed Jaquisky Tartart, who played at safety for the San Francisco 49ers the past 7 years.
Yeah.
He's now 30.
Yeah.
Big deal, no big deal.
He might be damaged goods, but they do need a safety though. He gets hurt a lot. Like he's been hurt a lot. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play a lot or is he going to kind of play with. Remember when Eagles grabbed Corey Graham for the Super Bowl run? He was kind of like number 24. He was kind of like the third safety. So if they're going to use him like that, that's fine. But he gets hurt a lot. So I don't think he's going to be a person that's going to make an impact or something like that. So that's no deal to me. But but a lot of these teams are running 3 safety defenses right now. So that's probably what it was. And they really, you just need depth. You need a lot of depth. I mean, he might be, like I say, he might be washed, and they might like Kevon, is it Webster or Wallace, and he might get cut. So they might just be bringing him in just for motivation. A lot of teams do that. They'll bring in somebody else to motivate the young man. So it's no deal. Yeah.
At this point, I say it's no big deal because we're still in the summer. We haven't even hit mini camp or training camp or anything like that yet. So, you don't even know if he's going to make the team.
Yeah. He gets hurt a lot, man. Like he's. So I don't think it's anything important for the Eagles.
Right.
But they're just filling out the roster, which is what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. Next up, Sierra revealed in an interview recently that when she approached her label back around 2019 to get her master's, and she said she wanted to start her own label and do her own thing, they gave them to her for free. Big deal? No big deal.
I was about to say that. I was about to say they just gave it to her. Hey, you can take this crap. You know what I mean? But that's no deal. I mean, not that. I never really was a big Sierra like guy. Like I mean, she can dance and all that stuff. And I did like the Promise song when they was dancing with the black jumpsuits, and I thought that was dope. I thought that song was like an ode to like Prince or something like that. But I never really was a Sierra guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's no deal to me. I mean, her music was never, for me, it was never popping to me.
Personally, I think that's a big deal just because I did like some joints she had. I wasn't the biggest Sierra fan either, but the optics of the situation and the fact that she was able to do that and get her masters back like that,
hold on for a second,
is pretty dope.
All right, we got some conflicting information.
Okay.
Because I heard that she got her masters back because Russell Wilson acquired them and purchased them back.
Oh, okay.
I ain't never heard
that's
no
a different story.
Giving you might want to research that, bro.
I did. I watched the interview. I saw her say it clearly.
She said that they just gave them to her.
That is correct.
Okay. I guess so. I mean, if she said if it came from the horse's mouth, and then I can't
came straight from her mouth.
Yeah, I would have gave them to her too. She don't have any memorable tracks. I'm sorry. Yeah, just nothing.
Well, you see, people are selling off their masters now for hundreds of millions of dollars. Selling off their catalogs. Some selling them, some buying them. And
people are buying them back.
Yeah.
Nothing like owning your own stuff. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Yeah, if it's worth something.
Yeah, if it's worth something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, number 4. Speaking of music, Drake dropped some new music.
Yeah.
So big deal, no big deal. Drake's newest album.
I thought it was a big deal because he's stunning on a lot of. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think that he's in a box. I'm not in the box. I can do whatever I want to. First of all, Drake stuttered on you Negroes maybe 6-7 months ago during the Grammys. He got nominated for some Grammys, and you Negroes are always, I want Grammys. He said, no, I'm taking my stuff out. I don't even want to be nominated. You know what I mean? So he withdrew his stuff from the Grammys.
From the consideration.
You know what I mean? Even though he has 3 or 4 Grammys already, but he doesn't make me. He's in the clouds right now, y'all. You know what I mean? He's beyond that. I was out of the country maybe a couple years ago, and I heard this song, and I was with the young lady that said, this sounds like Drake. She said, oh yeah, it is Drake. He was rapping in Spanish. So Drake is going international right now. You know what I mean? So like I said, he's kind of past you guys. You know what I mean? He's on another level. He can always do rap, but the music that he just put out just this past, you know what I mean? It's not for you Negroes. You know what I mean? It's for everybody.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That joint it sounds like something that you could play at like an EDM concert. Yeah. So Drake is trying to corner international stuff right now. Drake got his eyes on things that's above. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to walk into Armani Exchange, get one of them tight shirts, and you're going to hear that song in the background. That's what it sounded like to me, man. So I'm not mad. And then when the album came out on, I guess it was, you got Apple Music, right? Yep. It came out on Friday. Yeah, it came out dance pop. It didn't say nothing about rap because they have to put descriptions of what this album is so they can put into the algorithm what people listen to. So I'm not mad at them at all. And I actually liked maybe 5 or 6 of the songs. I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I thought it was pretty good.
The last 3 tracks on the album I bang with. The first like 6 or 7 kind of all sound like they're running together. Yeah. But yeah, I know what he's doing with this.
I salute with him.
I listened to it and I was like, and then I thought about it for a while, and then I listened to it again today, and I was like, oh, I get it.
Once I got to the third, I started laughing. I said, oh, on that. I said, this in the clouds. That's what I thought. I said, this is beyond y'all. Like I salute to him. I knew as soon as I got to the third song, I said he on that slick stuff. You know what I mean? I gotta respect it. You know what I mean? Because it came out of nowhere. Remember, he just said it like the day before. He
announced it that Thursday and it came out Friday.
So imagine him promoting this album for like 2-3 months, and then this comes out, he would have got all kinds of hate. So he'd rather just get the little bit of hate right now, and then people are gonna go away and go to something else because this music is not for everybody. You know
exactly.
What I mean? Yeah, I mean, so I salute him for that, man. That's a really good business move. And I don't think he's even under Young Money anymore. He might be just OVO Sound or whatever it is. So I salute to him. He's doing it. I mean, he got his own radio station. He's doing his thing.
Honestly, never mind, man. That's his joint.
Yeah, that's
what it's called.
Yeah, salute to him. That's a smart move, a smart business move.
All right, bet. Well, that'll do it for Big Deal, No Big Deal. And we're going to get into the common sense space. And our topic for this week
more music.
Is exactly more music. It's the top 200 list that was released recently by Rolling Stone magazine and the panel that they assembled to put together this list.
Yeah.
So, we was looking through it earlier. I took the past few days to read through it. Taylor read through it over the past few weeks. Let's chop it up. Let's see what we're feeling about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, Well, I'll let you say what you wanted to say about being mad at it, because you said that you wanted to be mad at it.
Oh, I like to hate on stuff, you know what I mean? Because I heard other people, but then when I heard other people hating, I was like, man, let me read this list, because I don't like to be the bandwagon or follow the tribe. I like to have my own opinion. So I was reading it, and I noticed that a lot of albums I have listened to. I've listened to at least over 100 and maybe 20 of them, maybe 140 of them.
Yeah.
And some of them I wasn't too familiar with, but I listened to more than 50% of some of these albums on here, and I was actually kind of surprised that they didn't go chalk with the top 10 or 20. They went with some new stuff in there. And people, you got to realize that hip hop is we just said internationals all over the place. So you just can't expect 15 or 20 black people to just say, oh, we're going to do this list. I think 14 out of 15 people, they were all white.
Yeah.
But rap has been all over the place for years. You know what I mean? For over 2-3 decades. You know what I mean? So everyone wasn't just because people in New York or in Philly, DC. Everyone is different, you know what I mean? So, and some of this music, it appeals to white people, unfortunately. You know what I mean? You think it appeals to you in the hood, but it's really for, white people. When you go to these concerts, that's who's there. I've been to 2 Jay-Z concerts. It was majority white people in the crowd, you know what I mean? And that's Jay-Z.
And this is in Philly.
And this is in Philly, you know what I mean? Maybe like 60-40, but I'm pretty sure if you go other places, it might be 80-20, you know what I mean?
Like New York.
You know what I mean? So, the audience for rap is white, so I'm not mad that the 15 out of 16 or 14, whatever it was, were white people, and I can kind of tell they weren't old. They were like probably in their mid to late 30s or even their early 30s, because some of these albums people wouldn't even put on their list. You know what I mean? Like Earl Sweatsuit or something, like Earl Sweatshirt. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be on somebody that's in their late 40s, early 50s. That wouldn't be on there like that. So I like that they had a little bit of a mixture of like the Eric B's and Rakim. But then you might look and see, oh, okay, they got MF Doom on here. Like, I mean, so a lot of these people were listening to hip hop. Like, I can't get mad at people for actually listening to hip hop that are not quote unquote black. It's not technically, hip hop hasn't been for black people for years, probably 20-30 years right now.
They got 21 Savage on the list. They got Biz Markie. They got Cool G Rap.
Yeah, they got it's an eclectic like list. I wasn't mad at it. I couldn't hate on it. They got 3 6 Mafia's very first album on here. I don't think I've even heard Mystic Styles before. I don't think I've heard it. Maybe I have. Actually, you know what? That was under that horror. It was more like a horrorcore. Yeah, okay, I probably did hear it before because Taylor was in the horrorcore back in the day. But yeah, they got a bunch of
Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, like
Live Love ASAP. That's his mixtape.
If these were like some people that were like in I'll just say late 40s, early 50s, they would have put Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cent album at like number 2 or number 3 or number 8. But they had it 64. You know what I mean? So a lot of albums that were chalk, they put them on the list, but they just weren't as high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So salute to them for putting Supreme Clientele at number 10. That album is classic. Yo.
Absolutely.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, I said, I can have a conversation with these people because they're not just picking chalk. You know what I mean? I know some people that have never even listened to Supreme Clientele, and they quote unquote hip hop heads. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really mad at the list. You know what I mean? I thought it was, it was a little bit all over the place. They had a lot of female rappers on here, and I salute them for giving them love. They only had one Nicki Minaj album on there. I thought that was kind of strange. I thought she deserved 2, but
the thing is, like,
other than that, though, I wasn't really mad at the list. I wasn't mad at all.
The majority of what you would expect to see on the list is on the list. It's just a question of where it falls.
Yeah, where it falls. Yeah, I mean, I don't really even care about where it falls. I'm just happy that, well, not happy, but I was satisfied when I look at the list. They had they had damn near every Kendrick Lamar album on there, right?
They had all of them.
Yeah, well, via 2001 when they stopped the list. You know what I mean? So they had
had the Nipsey Hussle Crenshaw on there.
Yeah, I didn't like that album.
I thought that joint was hard. He got some drinks on there.
The Victory Lap I thought was dope though.
Victory Lap was hard, yeah.
I mean, but there was some that weren't on there. They had Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted. That was hard, and then the one after that was what's the man laying down with the Death Certificate. I think that was on. Yeah, that was on here too. Yeah.
Blank Face was on here. I spoke about that a couple weeks ago. From Schoolboy Q.
Salute to Killer Cam. 174. Purple Haze.
Got that Purple Haze on there.
Salute to West Side Gun. 176 with Fly God. That's a solid album. You know what I mean? The thing was, it came out I think in 2000 and maybe 5 or 6, 2015 or 16. They didn't. I don't think it got streamed to 2018. You know what I mean? So I think it was on Dat Piff or something like that. A lot of their stuff was on Dat Piff before it came to all the streaming sites a couple years ago. You know what I mean? So I wasn't mad at the list. I think they had the Wrong Roots album on there. I mean, How I Got Over was cool, but I kind of like
that's All Things Fall Apart. That's on there.
How I Got Over is 150.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean, I kind of like the earlier Roots albums. You know what I mean?
Illidale Half-Life.
Do you want more in Illidale Half-Life? I like those albums, but you know, what I mean, I'm not mad at that they had, of course, Things Fall Apart and stuff like that. And I mean, How I Got Over, I think I listened to that. I don't think I was. If I turned it off, that probably means I wasn't messing with it. They had LL Cool J, of course, Radio.
had that J. Cole 2014 Forest Hills Drive at 132.
But that was it. The way people
Cole only got one joint.
The way people gas up J. Cole, you know what I mean? He's like the rap guy, one album.
But then you had multiple Drizzy albums. You had multiple Tyler the Creator albums.
Yeah.
You had multiple Chance the Rapper albums.
Listen, man, the Chance the Rapper, man.
You had multiple Common albums.
Common had two. Like Water for Chocolate, that's a classic. And B, me and you know about B. I think B is phenomenal.
B stands by itself in a musical category.
And the one after B was hard too. I forget what that one was called. That one was hard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? Damn, it was right after, and it was basically like a sequel to B, and it had the Kanye and of course I think Will.I.am had some production on there, and No ID. That album was hard, you know, because the Electrical Circus, that was like a flop. You know what I mean? So, but 2 years later, for him to put out B, and that album right after that with the he had that Lily Allen song, that was hard, and the Joni had, that one was hard. Yeah. But I'm not mad at the albums that they had on there. I'm not really like this one has to be. Like it's from their perspective, and I'm not mad. I salute to them for having Astro World. That was the first one that kicked it off. When I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to read this now. Astro World was number 200. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That Travis Scott album is that joint's a beast, man. I'm sorry, you can just put it on and not move. You know what I mean? You don't have to skip nothing. You're probably running stuff back, but you can let it ride all the way through, and it's very cohesive, and the beats were great. I mean, the Drake and him song with the Sycamore, that's like the 8th best song on the album. That song is hard. You know what I mean, that whole album is hard, so I wasn't mad at the album. Like I said, they had De La Soul on there, but the only thing Wiz Khalifa and Big Sean, no love, huh? Not one album,
not at all.
Salute to my guy Jada, because I gave him all kinds of credit. Not one album.
No Jadakiss, no Locks at all, no Styles. No. Well, obviously no Chic. I mean, I shouldn't say obviously because I actually bang with Chic, but
I was like, okay, all right then. But I mean, like I said, I wasn't mad at the list. Only one Rick Ross, like me and you was talking about one Rick Ross album. Mm-hmm. I think he's got 2, if not 3, really good albums after Teflon Don. You know what I mean? I do, yeah. Yeah. So
God forgives, I don't. We was talking about that earlier.
I get the names of the I tear the names up. You know what I mean? I just know what the music is on there. You know what I mean? But we talked about Eve a couple of days ago. She's on the list with Scorpion. You know what I mean? The City Girl one that kind of made me scratch my head. I'm not hating on them, but I was that was a little bizarre.
Yeah, they gave Philly rappers a little bit of love. It was no Siegel on there.
Yeah. Salute to Nas. Illmatic wasn't even like in the top 30, but it was written was like in the 70s or 80s. You know what I mean?
It was written was on there.
Yeah, it was written. That's always going to be my. That's in my opinion. I thought it was written was better than Illmatic. Not that Illmatic was trash, but Illmatic was great. But I was like, I remember when it was written came out. I remember getting that. And I was like, yo, this joint is amazing. Yeah. it's like all the way through. Black Girl Lost. I mean, live. That whole joint, street dreams.
Street Dreams,
beautiful.
The message.
Yeah, the message. Yeah, that you can play that joint all the way through, man. Take It in Blood. You know what I mean? So
I Gave You Power.
Yeah, I mean, but of course, the number one album, if y'all haven't read it, is Biggie Smalls' "Ready to Die." That's the number one album.
Yeah,
that's I wasn't mad at that album. Mm-hmm. I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad. I love that album, but I wasn't mad at them picking that as number one. That was a dope album, and you can still listen to that now. Machine Gun Funk, everything.
What number was All Eyes on Me?
That was
in the description. They say "Ready to Die" is his best work. But I heard you. I'm looking up All Eyes on Me right now.
That was like 26 or 27 in the 20s, like the mid 20s, right?
I'm coming up on the 20s now. That was 29.
29, yeah.
Wow.
And All Eyes on Me was higher than Me Against the World.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like I said, it's on the list. It's on the list.
It was right
I mean?
under they did a little run in the 20s. It was All Eyes on Me 29, Mobb Deep Infamous 28, Outkast Aquamini 27, Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt 26.
The number 2 album was actually, I thought that was an upset. Stank On Ya by Outkast. I was like, okay. I'm an Aquemini guy, but I'm not mad at that for being number 2. I'm an Aquemini, and I like the ATLiens on that. But
ATLiens is hard.
Yeah, ATL didn't even make the list, but of course, but Aquemini was right up there in the 20s too, or maybe that was in the 30s.
Aquemini is at 27.
27, yeah. So I'm not mad. And Blueprint, the first Blueprint was number 3.
Number 3, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I wasn't mad at their, but I'm just Supreme Clientele at number 10. That was beautiful. I might listen to that on the way home. That album is hard, man. That joint is so hard. Apollo Kids is like the 5th best song on that album. That album is great, man.
That's 14.
Huh?
That's 14.
14, I don't care. It's close to the top 10.
It's in the top 15.
Yeah, I don't care. That album was amazing, man. That was crazy. I bought that, and I think I said I listened to it for almost 2 years when I was in high school. It came out when I was like a sophomore. I'm still listening to it as a senior. That joint was hard right before I graduated. That's how great that album was. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm not mad at the list. And like I said, hip hop is universal, not just for blacks or it's for everybody.
It's music. So whoever it reaches, whoever touches, that's how it go.
For the people that were saying, they should have got some people to make your own damn list. You know what I mean? You can make your own list with your own magazine, make your own top 200 list. I'm pretty sure it'll be tore up. Yeah. I've seen these chalk lists. We're gonna put NWA at number 1, and never even heard the album before. You have to listen to these albums. You know what I mean? You can't listen to it one time. Like, okay, all right, let me go to. You have to listen to them at least 5, 6, maybe sometimes 12, 14 times to get the gist of what the album was. They had Lil' Kim's Hardcore up there. That was a pretty good album.
Yeah.
And they had Biz Markie, even though what's my man name? He wrote it.
Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane wrote majority of it. It was still
a couple
a good
Biz
album.
Markie albums on there.
Yeah. So I'm not mad at the album.
And they said in the description that Big Daddy Kane wrote most of his rhymes.
Yeah. So I like how people talk about Ghostwriter. A lot of these albums that are on here were ghostwritten by other people. They had Eazy-E's album on it. That was written by Ren and Ice Cube. You know what I mean?
Two Dr. Dre albums.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean? So just because someone is quote unquote penning your stuff, that don't mean that it's not rap. You know what I mean?
Ultimately, it's about the body of work. Man.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, they bounce off each other's head, and it could be considered ghostwriting. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I wasn't mad at the list. Well, we'll get into what should have made the list, but I just thought a couple of should make, but we'll get to. But like I said, I wasn't mad at the list. I wasn't like tearing it down. I'll tear down anything. I don't care.
Well, on that note, we're going to get out of common sense space and get into the top 5. Mm-hmm. And our top 5 topic for this week is albums that should have made the list.
Mm-hmm.
So at number 5 on my list, I have I was really surprised because the only really bad boy representative on the list was Biggie.
Yeah.
And they kept talking about how Puff Daddy had such a stranglehold in the 90s and how he had such influence in the 90s and stuff like that. But that was it. So I thought Puff Daddy and the Family, No Way Out, probably should have made that list.
Oh yeah. The production was really good.
That was classic, man.
Yeah, they did have some compilation albums on there. That was more of like a compilation album, but yeah, that was
step I take.
Nah, I didn't like that song. But
listen, that was a good what do you call it? In memory of a song. No?
Yeah,
no? He's shaking his head. Okay, I'm going.
I didn't like that song.
He exploited Biggie's death with that song. Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I can't co-sign with you on that, dude.
I thought that
All About the Benjamins was hard.
Yeah, All About the Benjamins was dope. Yeah. Of course the Been Around the World, that was, like I said, the samples were fine.
The drum with him and Jay-Z.
Yeah. What's it, Young G's or something like that? Yeah. Him and Biggie and Puffy. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember more of that album. I remember it being pretty solid. Yeah.
And at that point in time, it was kind of like a cloud over hip hop because Biggie had just passed.
Yeah.
So
they recorded it right before he passed away. Yeah.
They was trying to figure out what kind of turn the music was going to take, and No Way Out was all right.
Victory was on there, right?
Yeah, Victory was on there.
That Victory beat is hard.
Man.
Yeah. Now that album was pretty solid. Yeah, I thought that should have got some consideration. That was, I mean, even though I know what their list is, but I'm pretty sure if someone did like another list, I'll just say with a bunch of black people, it'll make it. So, yeah, I'm not mad.
All right, so number 4, another person that was not on the list, Fabulous. I thought he could have got a shot for Loso's Way. I thought that was maybe one of his classic albums.
That's a good album.
Or Soul Tape 2. They had mixtapes on there.
Yeah.
I think Soul Tape 2 was the best Soul Tape.
Yeah.
Although my favorite song was on Soul Tape 3.
Yeah. Yeah, another one that wasn't on the list, but he's considered a great. You know what I mean? So I was after I got to like maybe 60, I was like, yeah, he's not. You once you get to a certain point, you're not gonna see him. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, we was talking about this a little while ago, but at number 3, I have what I think was his best radio work, Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap.
Yeah, I thought Victory Lap was cool.
That's really when I got on Nipsey. Like, he had Crenshaw years before that. He had other tapes and other, stuff he put out. But I thought Victory Lap was, the best thing he did. Yeah, and unfortunately, he had his untimely passing after that. But I thought that was a big moment in hip hop when that came out, and it was so well received because of the way that he paved his way into the game.
Yeah, I didn't like Crenshaw like that. I listened to it. I remember people was piping it up when it came out. And so when Victory Lap came out, I was a little reluctant. I remember me and you talked right before, I think maybe a couple days before it came out, and you asked me that. I said, yeah, I actually listened to it, and I thought it was actually pretty solid. Yeah. So that probably, well, what I'm saying, it's hard what we should think that should have been on the list. Victory Lap was hard.
Yeah, man.
But they probably took it off because they probably thought it would have been too easy just to put it in. So they probably wanted let's just put Crenshaw in. Let's be different. I think that's what it was. I didn't think Crenshaw was that good.
All right. Number 2, I'm going to come to another one that I was kind of shocked was not on the list. And, I mean, they had no representation at all. But DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, he's the DJ, I'm the rapper.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, that album had Parents Just Don't Understand, which that performance was nominated or won the first Grammy.
Yeah.
And that's not in the top 200
Nobody's rocking with Will Smith right now.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean,
this is the time we in, bro.
Maybe they took it off late and added it on because I think they did this pre 2001. They started doing the list in 2022, and then they put it together. But you might be right. E might be right. They could have had it on there and said, "We gotta get this off of here." I guarantee
that album should have been on there, but I guarantee when nobody rocking with you, this cancel culture we in right now. Guess what? Nah.
I was just watching King Richard on the way here, man.
What the man do now don't take away his history. But I mean, all right.
Oh man.
We do have some revisionists out here, so I get it, and that's you're probably right. Like Taylor said, you're probably 100% right.
Probably
they ain't rocking with it. Ain't Will Smith ain't cool right now. Nobody even want to acknowledge him.
I would love to see the sketchboard from 3-4 months ago. What they had on here, and what they ended up putting out.
Yeah.
No, we got to get that off.
All right, well, I'm gonna finish up with number 1, and there was no representation from him or his clique in this whole list. I was shocked about that because at the point in time when they had their run and they were hot. They were a big influence on the culture, especially down south. When you talk about down south music, you talk about UGK. You talk about, Luke, who also wasn't on the list. You talk about Outkast. You talk about the Ghetto Boys and Scarface, with his solo work.
Yes.
But you also got to talk about Master P. Master P did not make the list.
He didn't make the list at all, yeah.
Ghetto D, is a classic,
Ghetto
man.
D is hard, yeah.
And technically, The Last Don is his best-selling album, but I think Ghetto D was big for him and for the culture. And as much music as No Limit was putting out at that point in time, I mean, come on, man. They got to.
Well, hold up.
They paved the way for a lot of the big cliques.
Did the Hot Boys make it?
No.
Well, we already know. You can't. This is like a Grammy board. You can't take this one. Look, I love Ready to Die. I don't think it was the number 1 album. I mean, I can't argue with it.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with it. Yeah,
it's great, but there are so many. There are a few others that could have took the number 1 spot, but okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. Like I said, I wasn't mad.
But for Master P not to be on there,
not be on the list,
not the Hot Boys not to be on there.
Make them say,
we already know what time it is, man.
I miss my homies.
With Pimp C.
Weed and money.
They don't like people that
trying to do something
that make their own stuff.
Made
that
his
make
own
their
stuff.
company.
Yeah,
he should be there just on the strength of that.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
He built that up from the ground.
He's the quintessential of a man that had to. He first of all, he had to move out of in New Orleans so he wouldn't get killed. You know what I mean? And he had to start up in Richmond, California.
In California,
and had to get in good with these people here and there. And it took
had a record store out there. Had to put things together.
Had the son and everything. Had his son. I mean, he was getting and then trying to put his brothers on and everything.
You on the list
you
as
say
far as
Snoop
I'm
Dogg
concerned.
from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg had to get up out of L.A. away from from Suge Knight.
Gave Suge Knight some money or something like that.
All that stuff won't have nothing to do with his album.
Yeah,
it don't. But that's just all affecting his impact. But he should have made the list. Absolutely,
I think so too. Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's my number one guy, man. Master P, Ghetto D. That's a classic.
Okay. All right. We'll start at number 5. Number 5. I mean, Jay-Z has a lot of albums on. Jay-Z has, I think it was 2.
He had Reasonable Doubt. He had Blueprint. He had Watch the Throne.
And
Black Album.
Okay. Taylor really bangs with American Gangster.
American Gangster is an absolute classic.
Because remember, by this time, Jay-Z, I won't say he's washed, but he's at that point, people are like, I don't know. And that was 14 tracks of just pure fire, yo. It was great, man. And I know. I love that song, man. And what's the joint he did with Siegel? The Ignorant shit.
Yeah.
I thought that album was incredible, man. At one point, Reasonable Doubt's number 1, American Gangster number 2. American Gangster is hard, yo. And at that time, Jay-Z was, I won't say washed up, but he was
that was after Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
That was after Blueprint 3.
Yeah, I thought American Gangster was phenomenal, man. I thought it was great, man.
I agree.
Yeah, I thought it was good. The song he did with Nas was dope. You know what I mean? And I like how he put Black Magic was the song that we knew.
Blue Magic, yeah.
Blue Magic. He put that at the very, very end. So he made you listen to every other. Well, of course, he had what's the joint called? The Rock Boy in the Building. Yeah, that was the second single. But I thought the album was incredible. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I thought that should have got maybe some consideration. But I probably said, we got 4 Jay-Z albums on here, so we don't need to put that on there. But nah. Number 4, Currency Pilot Talks, the first one. I'm sorry.
The first Pilot Talk.
The first Pilot Talk was really good.
Now, personally, I think my favorite might be the third Pilot Talk.
I like the first one, man. The first one has what's the joint called? King Kong Ain't Got Shit on Me.
It's got Sea Change.
That's hard, man.
It's got the day with Jay Electronica in a rare appearance,
and
the joint with Stalley, Address.
Stalley, and he got the joint with Snoop Dogg on there, right?
Yeah,
too?
that's Sea Change.
She just wanna ride with a G. Yo, I'm sorry, man. That should be like in the maybe because remember at that point Currency was basically starting from the ground up. He left Young Money and he's like, I'm just going to start my own stuff. I'm going to start Jet Light Records, and he had to basically go to MTV and say, hey man, I got this album already I need to be promoted. You know what I mean? He wasn't going to radio, and I thought the album was incredible just from what he what he learned from Master P and all those guys, and from Lil Wayne to now he put out his own stuff. I thought that album was incredible. That was good.
And Pilot Talk was put together after he went to New York. He had met Dame, and he met Ski Beats.
Ski Beats, who did a bunch of the beats on there. I thought that was a really, 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 really solid album.
Yeah.
I thought it should have got consideration, but I mean, I guess maybe they don't listen to Currency. But I think for him to be in the game now, still making music, and I think he's in the early 40s right now. I thought that was a really good album because I saw them put a bunch of albums that I'd never heard of before, so I consider them, like MF Doom and stuff like that. They had underground albums on there.
Yeah.
But I thought that Currency's Pilot Talk should have been up on that joint. I'm sorry.
I mean, they had your Little Brothers and your Slum Villages on there. So
yeah. Number 3, Rough Riders, Volume 1, the compilation. Listen, man.
I did think it was crazy that they didn't have any of those compilations or mixtapes from like the 90s. They had some
compilations in there, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, all right, they had like a Sugar Hill.
No, I'm saying from the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that Sugar Hill one was from the 90s.
But like, that album was incredible, man. Like, you got DMX was only pounding like maybe 4 songs, you know what I mean? But that album was great. I mean, Swiss Beats is getting it in. You got Jay-Z with his only song on there, and Big Pun and Chic. Where my kids with the big that was my. I like that album. That album was hard, man. You know what I mean? So I thought a compilation of the Rough Riders because remember at this time DMX can be like, no, we're not doing a compilation. I just want to keep my career going. He let everyone else eat off of that. Eve and Drag on all those guys. I thought that should have got consideration, judging that they only had maybe 3 compilations on there. 2 of them I had never even heard of before. I thought that Rough Riders Volume 1 was solid. You know what I mean? Solid album. I don't care what nobody said. You can listen to that. I mean, a Down Bottom, that album, that track alone has been sampled. But there was a Young Wong, Drag On, and Juvenile. Come on, man. What are we doing? Number two is this is a personal favorite of mine. This album came out maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
Travis Scott and Quavo, Honcho Jack.
Okay.
I like that album, man. I thought that they complemented each other, and kind of what this new wave is doing right now. They were kind of like, I won't say the leaders of it, but I kind of like what these guys are doing right now. That's kind of what they were at the forefront of. So I like that album, and they were actually spitting on that joint. I remember listening to that when it first came out, and I was like, yo, this joint was a bop. You know what I mean? I might have to listen to that for about 5 or 6 months, man. So Quavo and Travis Scott is called Honcho Jack, which is basically their moniker names smashed together. You know what I mean? You got Travis Scott is Honcho. Travis Scott is Cactus Jack, and Honcho is Quavo's name. So they just put it together. But I thought the album was dope. Really good production. I thought it was dope. But number one, this is a compilation album too. Diplomatic Immunity 2003. I mean, with all
the first one.
Yeah, the first
with
one.
The double disc.
Double disc.
The blue
album,
disc and the red disc.
The blue disc and the red disc. Like 35 to close to 40 songs. I think 38 of them was all hot. Like, I'm sorry, man. If you that album was crazy, man. I want to thank you for loving me. The joint with him and Freeway. Come on, man.
Yo, that joint right there.
The DJ Enough freestyle. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, that joint was hard, man. Like, I remember when I first listened to it, I said, oh, this joint gonna be trash. Yeah, man. I'm ready. You know what I mean? Now they got embarrassed at the verses. We know this, but this is back in 2003. You know what I mean? Coming off of Cameron's successful Come Home With Me. So I wasn't really thinking too much. And I thought Jim Jones was horrible, but prior to that, but once he got on this, I was actually impressed. Jim Jones actually spitting bars. You know what I mean? So I thought Diplomatic Immunity was a really, really good album. I like how they had Purple Haze on here. So they gave Cameron one, but I thought Diplomatic Immunity, that was a movement. Like I said, he had the whole New York wearing pink, man. Like this, like he was, it was, I just thought it was a really, really, really good album. I'm sorry, man. It's a classic album. Both discs, I've owned it at least 3 times. Because the first one I lost, and then the second one I think I broke it, and I think I burned it. And I mean, I've owned that album at least 3 different times.
When it came out, I borrowed it from my man Jeff, and I burned both discs, and I rocked out like that for the longest. Yeah. Now it gets streamed at least once a month.
Yo, man.
Diplomatic Immunity. That joint is a classic.
It never gets old, man. What's really good, man. I'm Bout It Part 3. Like, it just had classic joints on there, man. I'm sorry, man. The real song, the first song, Who Am I?
Yeah.
Who am I, with the OJ sample? Like, you can't open up a CD like that. Like, damn, man, that was crazy, man. That joint sent chilled them up. I said, oh, okay, they on that BS.
The Uncasa freestyle.
Yeah, Uncasa at the beginning. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
You had Hell Rel spitting from on the jail phone.
From jail, yes, man. I like that album, man. I'm sorry, man. That's a solid assist. That's my top 5 that should be considered on the list. Going by what they were doing and stuff like that. I thought it should be considered on the list. So yeah, that's it, man. That's my top 5 list.
Well, that's going to be the top 5 for this week. So we're going to close out our episode with Mike's Minutes. And my message to guys, or to everybody this week is, just be careful out here, as it's getting warmer. I'm saying I got a female, so I know how I can go, but, everything's straight on that end. But for y'all, I'm saying some guys be out here and the females be out with the short shorts, since it's getting nicer out, and the nice dresses and the heels and, the flip-flops and the sandals and all that type of stuff, and be getting attention, and dudes be ready to put it all on the line and risk it all for these chicks, man. Make sure you know what you're dealing with, man. Make sure you know that your chick is on the up and up, and that situation is worth you doing that, because you out here risking it all for the chick that she's talking to other dudes on the other side of town and doing all this other kind of extra stuff over here and over there. Like, yes, you gotta be careful,
man.
Risk
it for no bird.
Yeah, you gotta watch yourself out here.
Some birds out here chirping.
So you talking about guys with girls, or you talking about single females? You talking about girls? You talking about guys with men? You talking about guys with girlfriends?
Yeah, guys with girlfriends and vice versa. Girls with boyfriends, because girls be out here ready to risk it all for these dudes. Okay, and the dude is a dog. Be messing with 4 or 5 different chicks. And the chick be out here ready to fight for this man and have babies with him and all types of other stuff. Like, what? Watch what y'all doing, man. Watch how y'all moving. I know that people gonna do what people gonna do. Yeah. And I'm not trying to preach to nobody, trying to be nobody's pop. I got my own couple of kids, so I got that front is filled. But just people be out here looking crazy over these relationships or what they think is a relationship, and I just don't want to see it, man. Listen, people be out here on the speakerphone in the middle of the Acme talking crazy to their girlfriend, like you don't understand what he did to me. So that's my Mike's Minutes. That's my advice to people this week. Is just watch who you about to risk it all for.
For you people out there that's extra loud on your cell phones in arguments, nobody cares but you. You are the perfect warning to good men and good women out here of who the hell to stay away from. Thank you for being ignorant and showing that you have no self-control in a public environment, and we don't want you. All right, so I'm just telling you, if you a dude doing it, which it's the first I hadn't taken a bus in years since it was not until I moved back to Philadelphia. That means I haven't been on public transportation in over 23, 24 years until I moved back to this area. And to see grown men on a phone
screaming on the speakerphone,
arguing.
Yeah.
Some of them with their girls, some of them with their mom.
They look crazy.
They still doing that?
Well, I don't know now. I haven't been on the bus in some years. I only take the regional when I don't want to drive into town. But
forget the bus. People do that in the middle of the store, in the middle of the grocery store, in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah, I'm just
the
telling
mall.
You, let me be the first to tell you. You look ridiculous. Yeah. You're weak, and no one cares about your problems but you. And you're venting to. All you're doing is venting and making yourself look absolutely ridiculous, like you don't have no control. And I wouldn't dare be if you think you getting some sympathy. The only thing you going to attract is a bum, for somewhere to stay, somewhere with nobody to go. Oh yeah, she having problems with him. I'm going to get with that. That's what you going to attract, because they ain't no real man or no real woman gonna want nothing to do with what you talking about. So I'm just telling you, for every time you sitting there arguing on the phone on the store, you look ridiculous.
Who does that?
I'm laughing at you.
Watch who you risking it all for.
I'm with my girl looking like, look at this fool.
Please.
Look at this fool.
I told a guy, I was randomly walking somewhere and the guy was doing, I said, man, you gotta hang up the phone. Just hang it up. Just hang up on her.
Thank you. Like, yo, let it go.
Taylor is the king. I'm the top one. I'm the 101 of hanging up on
you. You gonna sit there and fight in public?
I don't do that.
Stupid. Who? You goofy, dude.
Yeah, if you're screaming on the phone and I'm on the phone and your voice goes beyond mine,
you're
click.
Goofy.
Yeah, I don't. And to all you fellas out there, if your girl is out there on the streets, how about just turn a profit? How about that? She's gonna be what she's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you might as well benefit off of it or let her go. You know
exactly.
I mean, so don't be trying to change. Don't be trying to change what these females are. They're gonna be who they gonna be.
Exactly.
If she's a slur, she's a slur, and then benefit off of it.
That's all I got to say.
That's a real man right there. Let her don't let her go. Benefit off of it.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us this week in season 4, episode 14. We appreciate everybody for listening and checking in with us. You can follow us on Twitter and IG at Sleep Is For You. That's SLEEPIS, the number 4 YOU. Look out for episodes on Apple Podcasts, Iheartradio, Spotify, Stitcher, PodBean, TuneIn Radio, and YouTube. Check out sleepisforyou.com, where we got everything going on show related. We're going to have some surprises coming for y'all in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. Keep your ears and your eyes open. We love y'all. We appreciate the support again. And I'm saying stay safe. Keep doing what y'all doing. Hopefully it's productive. But if it's not, stay out my way. Tell anything else you got to say to the people?
No. Peace out. Y'all have a good one. Have a good Juneteenth and Father's Day and all that stuff. And good week. Yes.
Love, peace, and hair grease. E, you got anything?
Deuces.
All right, people. We'll get with y'all next week. Water.
Back. Yeah. free to return to that emo rap. Ain't no kilo stash, Augustine's son had to reload that. Daddy gone, but his legacy strong, how do you figure? I too thought I'd be dead, all things considered, but I'm living, thriving and growing, fighting opponents that I'm with it. Striving to know who died for the lowest, don't you get it? The industry hopers try to control us, I ain't with it. I got me a goal that's highly explosive with my wife and my baby. What I'm writing is weighty, call me S.O. or Bevenberg. They knighting me lately, stand where the light is, feeling lighted, delighted, and maybe I'm getting grown. Nothing wrong with Bible and Baileys. I open up the text, got my mind closer off the edge. Got the architect, I ain't gotta go to your connect. I gotta go direct, him and I through the center.